Back to the shutdown now with NBC's Alice Barr in Washington, D.C. Hello, Alice. First, let me ask you this. With the cuts, we can talk about these cuts in flights, of course, at 40 busy airports, including right here in Atlanta. Does the FAA or the Department of Transportation have some sort of contingency plan in place if the shutdown kind of drags on here?
Right. So good morning, Chesley. So first of all, these flight reductions are beginning today with just 4%, and they're going to ramp up if the shutdown continues through next week. We heard Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy really issuing some dire warnings about how chaotic things could become if the shutdown does extend through another week, which it looks likely that that is going to happen. Come Tuesday of next week, what is now a 4% reduction would move up to a 6% reduction in flights, and just translate that in your mind to canceled flights, more and more canceled flights. And then by Friday of next week, it would go up to the 10% reduction in flights that the Transportation Secretary initially talked about, but they're sort of phasing it in, and they're hoping that something shifts on Capitol Hill before they have to get to that full amount, because already we've seen close to 2,000 flights canceled at those 40 busy airports from coast to coast, and that's just with the 4% reduction so far. So you can envision how that will begin to snowball if it gets to those higher numbers. And this is all, again, they're saying proactive measures to stay ahead of the staffing shortages to make sure there's not too much strain on the system.
All right, let's talk about SNAP benefits. Alice had a conversation with some friends yesterday. I heard about the court ruling. Are they getting those benefits? Are they not? Break down the court ruling for us a little bit.
So this latest ruling is the judge saying that it's not good enough for the Trump administration to issue partial payments, SNAP food assistance payments to low-income folks who count on these benefits in order to pay their family, or rather feed their families. What the administration has been doing is processing payments at 65% of the total. Initially, it was going to be 50. It moved up to 65, but the judge said that's not good enough. It has to be 100%. And the judge accused the Trump administration of having dragged its feet on a previous order from last week to get these payments up and flowing again quickly. The judge also accused the Trump administration of having political motivations in holding back these payments. And the judge pointed to a social media post that President Trump put up on Tuesday, where he said that all of these SNAP food benefits would be withheld until Democrats agreed to a deal to reopen the government. Now, the White House press secretary clarified that that post was referring to future SNAP payments and said the administration is complying with the order. But nevertheless, it was directly cited by the judge as part of the reason that they see the administration not doing enough quickly enough to get these benefits restored. The Trump administration is appealing the ruling to fully pay the benefits by today, arguing that they need to be in control of how this is being done, that they're trying to do what they can to get the payments out, but need to have control over how it's done.
All right, we're also expecting another vote on short-term funding in the U.S. Senate. As soon as today, it could happen. But with the Democrats scoring such big wins on Tuesday's election, is there any change in when the stalemate could end?
Yeah, this is interesting because there had been a number of Senate Republicans who'd been saying, okay, now that the election is passed, Democrats can kind of take their wins and go home, and they don't have to worry anymore about having the base motivated to get to the ballot box, you know, maybe being turned off by seeing Democrats who they've been urging to kind of hold the line by seeing them back down. That was one side of the coin, but on the other, Democrats do seem to be kind of emboldened by having these election wins, and they're saying, hey, the voters are telling us that they want us to stick up for health insurance benefits to make sure this happens as part of a deal to reopen the government. And in fact, it could make it even a little bit more intractable.
Got it. Alice, really appreciate your insight this morning. Thanks so much.